They say Christmas is the happiest day of the year. A day full of lights, a day full of gifts, a day full of laughter. But nobody talks about the people who smile in public and cry in silence when Christmas comes. Nobody talks about the homes where lights don't work, where gifts don't exist, and where hope feels heavier than happiness. This is the story of one such home, and one small light that changed everything. Snow was falling gently over the city, covering the streets like a quiet promise. Stores were glowing with red and gold decorations. Music floated through the air, cheerful and loud. Families rushed home carrying shopping bags, children laughing, couples holding hands. Christmas was alive everywhere. Everywhere, except one place. At the far end of the city, in an old apartment building with cracked walls and broken stairs, lived a 14-year-old boy named Noah. His home had no Christmas tree, no colorful lights, no wrapped gifts, only silence. Inside the small apartment, the heater barely worked. The walls were thin, the air was cold. A single table stood in the corner with two chairs, one old, one broken. Noah sat near the window, staring outside. His breath fogged the glass as he watched other people celebrate. Behind him, his mother lay resting on a thin mattress. She was sick, weak from working too many hours at a cleaning job that barely paid enough to survive. She tried to hide her pain, especially on Christmas. "Noah," she said softly, forcing a smile, "don't look so sad. Today is still a beautiful day." Noah turned toward her. "I'm not sad, Mom." He lied gently, but his heart felt heavy. He wished he could give her something, anything, a gift, a warm meal, a reason to smile without pretending. Instead, he walked to the small shelf and picked up a short white candle. It was the only Christmas tradition they had left. Every year, no matter how hard life became, Noah lit that candle. His mother once told him, "As long as there is light, there is hope." Noah struck a match. The flame flickered, then stayed. A soft glow filled the room. The light was weak but warm, quiet but alive. Noah whispered to himself, "Even a small light can fight a lot of darkness." Outside, the wind howled louder. Suddenly, the lights went out. The entire building fell into darkness. Someone shouted from down the hallway. A child began to cry. Doors opened. Fear spread quickly. Power outages were common in this part of town, but on Christmas night, the darkness felt heavier. Noah stood up, holding the candle carefully. He looked at his mother. She nodded slowly. "Go," she said. "Take the light with you." Noah opened the door. The hallway was pitch black, cold, silent. He stepped forward and placed the candle on the floor near the center of the corridor. The small flame pushed back the shadows just enough to be seen. A door across the hall slowly opened. An old woman peeked out. "Off a light," she whispered. Another door opened, then another. Someone brought a phone flashlight. Someone else brought a candle. A man wrapped in a jacket stepped forward and said, "Let's stay together until the power comes back." Little by little, the darkness lost its power. People began talking, sharing stories, laughing softly. Someone offered hot tea. Someone shared bread. Someone held a scared child close. What started as fear slowly turned into warmth. Noah stood quietly, watching. He didn't plan this. He didn't try to be brave. He just didn't want the dark to win. A tall man looked at him and said, "You started this, kid." Noah shook his head. "I just didn't want anyone to feel alone." The man smiled. That sentence stayed in everyone's heart. Later that night, when the power finally returned, something had already changed. People didn't rush back into their homes. They stayed, talking, laughing, helping. For the first time in a long time, the building felt alive. That night, Noah sat beside his mother again. The candle was shorter now, melted almost halfway, but its light still burned. His mother looked at him with tears in her eyes. "You did something beautiful tonight," she said. Noah looked confused. "I didn't do anything special." She touched his hand gently. "You reminded people what Christmas really means." Noah looked at the small flame and whispered, "Maybe Christmas isn't about what we have. Maybe it's about what we share." Outside, snow continued to fall. And somewhere between darkness and light, something powerful had begun. Something that would change lives far beyond that night.